surprise road trip going on here. Found a nice little used camera. It's a Nikon B700 camera. The gentleman's got it for sale in Louisville, Kentucky. Contacted him yesterday and he just listed it on Facebook Marketplace, and I just happened to just go through there, even though I'd looked just hours before. I went through and bam, I found it right on there, and I thought, whoa, that looks pretty nice. I mean, I'm kind of pretty fond of the Nikon cameras, and this B700 is one that I've really had my eye on. It's got a built-in lens to it, which I like. I know a lot of photographers will have cameras with you know, multiple lenses that they can pop off and on. But the way I run the YouTube business, LAF Film Fest channel, I like to have the simplicity, everything's together. I don't have to make that decision. I just grab that camera and just go. A little bit larger than I'm used to and what I like to work with. The camera I'm filming on right now is a Nikon A900, and it's small enough just to fit in my cargo pocket in my pants, and I like that a lot. Shoot a scene with the camera and then put it back in my pocket, and I'm not walking around with a big camera in my hand all the time, because you know, people just freak out about that. And in fact, I've even learned, you know, in this business, in the filming business, putting this channel together, I've even learned there's been a couple of situations where I came close to getting myself in maybe a little bit of trouble by actually filming something that was going on that I didn't realize it until I actually came home and put it together and started editing it, and I thought, oh man, that could have been bad if those people would have known that I captured them on film. Even though I wasn't filming them, I still got them in the back. The gentleman says it's in mint condition. I hope it is. Everything sounds good about it. So I decided to go ahead and drive over here to Louisville, Kentucky, meet him at a Myers parking lot. Yesterday at 6 o'clock in the evening, I had no idea I was going to be coming here today. It worked out pretty good. I want to take this A900 that I'm filming with right now, and I want to send it back into Nikon for a price. They'll actually disassemble this camera, clean it all up, put it back together, and send it back to me. And that's the one thing I have a problem with this camera. I love this little camera. I like the audio. I like everything about it, except it has gotten some dust and lint on the inside of the lens, and it's impossible to take the lens apart unless you have the right tools and clean it. I can't really do that until I get me a new camera and I have something else to use. Now, I do have a Canon M50 that I like a lot, but the one thing about the Canon M50 that disappoints me is the audio. Any kind of a little wind gust or anything just shuts the audio down, and I don't like that. With this Nikon I'm using right now, if a gust of wind comes through, you'll hear the gust of wind, but you'll still hear me talking through the gust of wind. With the M50, it's just something about the microphone and the setup just kind of shuts the audio down. Let me get on over here to Louisville, Kentucky. Let's see if this camera works out. You just never know when you buy something online like this. But I'm buying it from a guy named Al, and he says it's in mint condition, so I'm going to take his word for it. So let's see what happens. Hey, I'm glad you come along. Made it to Myers. That was a pretty good location. I haven't been to Louisville in a while, and I didn't realize that they now have this toll bridge And what's pretty cool about it, there's no tow booths. So there's all kind of electronic devices. So when you drive through it, probably within a week or so, I'm probably going to get an invoice in the mail for $2.40 for crossing that bridge. But I guess that saves them a lot of money on hiring people to take care of that kind of thing. So I see people pulling in here pretty fast right where I'm parked, so I'm going to park a little bit farther. Anytime you come to big parking lots like this, you know, a lot of times in my travel, you know, I'll stay in parking lots like this, either at a Myers or I might stay at a Walmart. But you always got to strategically park so you're not way out in the middle of nowhere, but you're also not in a certain cross pattern, traffic pattern where people are flying in here, especially like first thing in the morning, and they'll broadside you. One of them things, and I got somebody right here coming right by me. Pretty dang close right there. See, so I'm kind of blocking kind of a certain pattern that they're used to flying in here. So let me move a little bit. I don't want to get the Montana crash.
In a quarter mile, take exit 137 toward I-64 West.
Met Al at Myers at Louisville, Kentucky. I really appreciate his honesty. He published a B700 Nikon for sale. He put out a 10, which would be an absolute brand new camera. He put it as like 9.8. I think he has like 9.8, which is in mint condition. And you just never know, you know, people will post things and you just never know if they're probably telling the truth or not, or exaggerating or not. What, Al's a very honest guy, and he did publish this camera as a 9.8, and it is in beautiful condition. So Al, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope to see you on the LAF Film Fest YouTube channel, and I hope you get your own channel going yourself. Let me know if you see this video. Let me know what your channel name is. I didn't get that from you. I should have. Subscribe to your channel and see if I can help you along. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So this is it. This is the Nikon B700. Al threw in a little camera case with it. It come with one battery and a charging kit for it, which is pretty nice. I looked it up, made sure I knew what kind of SD card it took in it. I actually happen to have a spare one in my camera bag. Put a card in it, a 64 gig card. I'll probably end up putting about a 128 in it. Everything seems to work just fine on it, just like Al was saying. It's in mint condition. I'm at Leavenworth right now. I'm at the place they call the Overlook, where the Overlook restaurant is, and that's what's in the background here. That's the Ohio River down there. It's the big horseshoe bend. I was going to go to the Hoosier National Forest, eat some lunch. I stopped at a Walmart and got some vegetables and things like that. I thought I'd go ahead and go to the Hoosier National Forest and eat some lunch. But you know what? I got to thinking when I was passing by, you know, I had a pool right here because it's a cold and the rain is supposed to start. It's supposed to be a 100% chance of rain here shortly. So I got to thinking, you know, the Overlook would be a perfect place because this camera right here, this B700, has a 60 times magnification, and I think it even goes beyond that. So I've got a tripod set up. Oh, I was going to say, I just heard, I thought this camera was beeping. It was my phone over here that was beeping. That's funny. Because I don't really know anything about this camera. But right before I got to the Overlook restaurant, there's a little like orchard, barn, orchard kind of place that I've always went by, and I've taken some photographs before. And I thought, okay, let's go ahead and shoot the B700 and let's see what it'll do. My goodness. My goodness. I tell you what, you know, I've shot a lot of the A900s. Whoa. Woo. Somebody come flying in here and almost clipped the back of the Montana. Man, that'd be bad if he hit me and rode me on down there. That would be real trouble. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Just opening this camera up and taking a few pictures. It is so crisp. And I use the A900, what I'm using right now. I really like the Nikon A900. I've used it for a long time. I actually have an A1000 on order. But, man, I tell you what, just opening this up and taking a few pictures, it was just incredible. It just blew me away. The first thing I thought of after snapping 2 or 3 pictures was, oh my gosh, you know, I used to have Konicas and Nikons and 35mm film camera. You know, it was just so awesome to have those, and I kind of forgot what it's like to have a real nice camera with a nice lens that just grabs everything and just takes the photograph, you know, so nice. Before I eat lunch, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and do a little filming, and then we'll compare to see what the difference. So this is my A900 I'm taking it from. Let me open up the B700 now and see what the video's like and see if the sound or anything's different than the A900 that I'm dealing with right now. Okay, here we go. Here is the brand new used Nikon B700 that I just bought. So I'm interested to know, can you tell a difference in the sound between the two? This is the one that I have probably ran 90% of my videos and stuff on. I've ran on this Nikon A900. And carry it around. Nobody knows I have a camera until I need it. I pop it back out, take it again. So I really like this. This has always been my really nice camera that I've been using. This little camera right here, this A900, you see where the LCD screen is? It pops up on top. So in other words, when I'm talking like I am right now, I'm looking into the lens, okay, of the B700. But if I look into the LED screen, it's off to the side. So here, now I'm talking to you and I'm looking to the LED screen, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to pick that out. That I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at the LCD screen. So it's going to take a little while to get used to looking at the lens itself, just like that. Now the Canon B50 I have is the same way. Its screen flips out, and I don't like it as well, but you just got to get used to it because very few cameras are built like this one right here with the flip up screen, and I like the flip up by far the very best. I'm going back to the A900 just because I only have one battery with this B700. I'm kind of looking to see if a big barge comes by. That would be real sweet. Photograph him from way up here. In fact, I see a farm way down there, and I'm going to take some shots and see how far this lens will reach out. Okay, so anyways, let's go back to the A900. Okay, back with the A900. You know, things don't always work out the way you want them to, and I took a big gamble. You know, Louisville is about 2 hours from where I live in southern Indiana. You know, I took the drive. I didn't know for sure, but it's kind of like a leap of faith. Just on the last minute notification, took the drive there. It all worked out really well. I'm going to sit here and eat some lunch now. And this is the Overlook, and I'm hoping for a barge to come by. Hey, this is trying a new Nikon B700 out. This is with the lens fully pulled in. I'm not exactly sure what millimeter. I didn't even check. I'd say it's probably about a 28 millimeter, maybe a 24 possibly. Fully pulled in. Now let's zoom in on this farm and see how far it'll go. way out, this will give you a good idea of the telephoto power in this B700 Nikon. There we go. The power of the Nikon. That's why I was kind of looking for one of these B700s. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so there you go. That's the B700 Nikon, and you can see it'll stretch out there pretty far in order to touch something, and that's pretty cool. In fact, I've got my barge now. It's went on by, so I'm going to go ahead and focus it on the barge as it's leaving. A couple more shots on it, and then I think I'll head on back to the cabin. I appreciate you coming to the channel. It's been a good little road trip. I got a nice little camera. Thank you again, Al. I appreciate that. No telling where the next adventure will come. Don't have any planned right now. Got quite a few movies on backup that I need to do. Hey, if you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Helps me to come places like this. Buy new camera equipment. And show you the Horseshoe Bend here on the Ohio River. And there's a nice restaurant called The Overlook sitting right over here behind me. If you're looking for some pretty good food and a really cool atmosphere, they got picture windows all the way across the top. You'll enjoy the company and you'll enjoy the food and view for sure. Hey, I appreciate you coming to the channel. That's LAF Space Film Fest, capital LAF Space Film Fest. You have a good day. Those are my rainy day blues. Hey, the guys are passing me too. Those are my rainy day blues.